he got
Batgirl would
he
have to happen too.
yeah, she'd have to do the whole thing where she's Batgirl, and then
Then she gets
yeah, you
paralyzed.
see her in the game, but like she doesn't ever be like I'm Batgirl.
Yeah, exactly. So, because what's her first name? Emma or something?
Barbara,
Barbara. Yeah,
Barbara.
Barbara. I was just thinking white girl names. The
Elitist
Pizza.
podcast.
I played Arkham Knight too. So,
Yeah,
dude, that was such a
they
bad
they did
twist.
it all right in that game.
Like
They did it
anybody.
so we could. Do you know why? Like anybody with a brain would have guessed
Yeah.
Jason Todd. Well, no. And here's why people didn't guess Jason Todd though. They literally said, the Arkham Knight's going to be a new character." So we were like, "Oh, it's not Jason Todd,"
Yeah.
and then it
Well.
just ended up being Jason Todd.
Yeah. They should have just made it somebody else. Like. Well, you could have just yeah, just make it like, oh yeah, there was this one guy who was like he had autism and he obsessed something, so he was really obsessive and he was really able, so he just looked at everything about Batman and he was just like, I want to be the guy to destroy him or something. And dude, considering that, the Arkham Knight should have been way harder to beat within the game, and he was. I don't remember having any. I don't even
He
remember
was
even
too.
dying when I played that game.
No, well, all the boss fights in that game were really bad.
Yeah,
The one that made me most mad though was the Deathstroke one. That made me so mad.
I don't even remember the Deathstroke one. That's how bad it must have been.
So it was a tank battle. You had to battle him in the
Oh
tank,
yeah, what?
right?
Yeah,
And
you're
then at
right.
the end,
I
he
don't
jumps
even.
out of the tank, and you're like, "Oh, I'm about to fist fight him," and then you just punch him, and he's done. Um, Especially considering how well done the fight was in Arkham Origins,
Yeah,
I
dude.
thought we would have got something a little bit more.
I like that Arkham Origins fight. That was cool. Arkham Origins
That
from
one was that one was awesome.
Arkham Origins from like a story point of view is a bad game, but I like the gameplay. Like if you just turn off your
The
brain and play the
gameplay is
game.
really good, and yeah, and I think the boss fight, it had the best boss fights in the series by far, in my opinion.
Okay,
The
let's see.
Firefly boss fight was really
Oh
good.
yeah,
The
dude, that was
Deathstroke
really good.
one was really good.
Yeah,
That Firefly one is like
that was really
probably one of
unique.
my
Yeah,
favorite ones in like recent
I kind of thought it
history.
was cool
Yeah,
how he
it
fought the
was.
cops, how the cops were against him. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's aspects of the story that works and aspects of obviously that don't.
So, well, some of it's dumb because
But the
like
gameplay was really fun.
in Arkham
It just
Origins, he has the grapnel gun boost, but in Arkham Asylum, he doesn't. And in Arkham
yeah,
City, it's an
yeah.
experimental
A
thing,
lot of it,
but in Arkham Origins, he has it.
yeah. A lot of it is just continuity errors too. They're just
Or like
not paying too much attention to continuity.
he has that glue
And he had
weapon.
yeah.
To, why
Well,
didn't
he
he use that
also
later?
so if you
I've
played the
never played the
multiplayer, he also had Robin at that point.
what? Well, yeah.
So in
Was it
the
Dick?
multiplayer was all right, but he had Dick. Yeah, he had Dick at that point.
Oh, okay.
Which wasn't it like what year? How long was he Batman at that point? Like 2 years?
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty
I mean,
early
I
on.
guess, I guess, but I mean, I know he had him early on, but I feel like that's too early on. I feel like
Yeah, I feel like it's early on too.
Batman had to be a hero by himself for a while. Like not like 10 years or anything, but like Batman. I think
Five, I think five is
yeah,
a decent.
five. Yeah, five's a good number. He's been by himself for 5 years and
Well, I feel
could have.
like in Arkham Asylum, maybe it's been 5 years. That's kind of what I was guesstimating it. I think all
Oh,
that could happen in five
5.
years, maybe 7.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. But then that makes a lot of continuity weird things because then
He
he
looks
would have had
way
to
too
have
young in Origins. Origins looks like a totally different guy. So it'd have to
yeah.
have
Well,
been.
I
Let's
feel
see.
like Arkham Asylum was like 10 years. It felt like maybe I think 10 would make a little bit more sense. 5, I guess, but like
How long?
I feel wasn't Dick already Nightwing at that point?
He was definitely not winging Arkham City.
Because Arkham City was only like a couple. Yeah, and
Arkham City was just a few
he
months.
wasn't
Is a few
around.
months later
He
after
wasn't
Asylum, so he has to be Nightwing in Asylum. Yeah,
right. So I feel like it had to have been like yeah. So I feel like it had to be like 10 years.
yeah, because you would have to go
It
through
might have they
Jason
might have said
Todd.
5 though. I think you're right about that. That
Yeah,
sounds that,
I feel like that's somewhere in my
and
memory stored.
yeah, he does have to go because he had
So
yeah, and he had Tim Drake as Robin in City. So
yeah, so
and Tim Drake seemed kind of old at that point.
I mean,
I think you're right about them
yeah,
saying 5 years, but I
Doesn't
feel like
seem
10
like
just
it
makes more sense.
because you would have to have the Joker would have to establish himself as like an important, like a big player. You would have to have
Within
within that would be within 3 years, and even then, 2 years for Arkham Origins, and he already has Dick. That's weird. And if even if it's a
yeah.
year, that's even super weird. So we have to say two. So this 3 years, he would have to have Mr. Freeze would have to happen. I guess Mr. Freeze could have existed in Arkham Origins. He just wasn't there. But so
No, he's in the he's in the DLC.
oh he is. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so
He
it's only
existed, but
the Joker has to establish
well, he
himself.
has
Um,
Two-Face has
Black
to happen.
to play Black Mask has to like disappear because he's not in any of the other ones.
Right. Except for
Um,
at the end. He's in
he's in
Night
some
if you do the DLC
yeah, but
with Red Hood. And then
uh,
Red Hood well, Red Hood kills him, so it doesn't really matter.
so um, I'm missing. I
Then
just had
you have to
something.
establish what was that?
I just had something, but it went okay. Was
I'm
Penguin
sorry.
in
That's
is
probably
no no it's all good. Is Penguin in Origins?
Penguin is in Origins.
Penguin is in Origins.
And it seems like he was already a big player at that point, which is plausible because he's just a crime boss.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's a lot of characters that have to establish. The Joker, that was the Joker's first year, and it seemed like Batman was like at least year two.
Yeah.
Well, not at least. It seems like it seems like it's like year two. Joker would have to, but within that time, Joker would have to establish himself. He got
Batgirl would
he
have to happen too.
yeah, she'd have to do the whole thing where she's Batgirl, and then
Then she gets
he like you
paralyzed.
see her in the game, but like she doesn't ever be like I'm Batgirl.
Yeah, exactly. So, cause, what's her first name? Emma or something?
Barbara,
Barbara. Yeah,
Barbara.
Barbara. I was just thinking white girl names. Barbara. Yeah, because because Barbara Gordon is doing Oracle things in Origins. So she would have to be trained to be Batgirl, become Batgirl, get paralyzed in 3 years, and then become a really
Right,
good Oracle. That's too soon.
exactly. It makes no sense, especially with like the Joker was already established. That's what
Yeah,
added to like the fear of the situation.
I
If it was
see.
just
Yeah,
the Joker as he stood in like Origins, I'd be like, oh, you again. I kind of remember you from like
yeah,
a couple of years,
exactly.
like a
Yeah,
couple months ago.
yeah, yeah. But he's like the main antagonist in
And
Asylum.
he looked a lot younger too.
Yeah, it didn't
So
look like three
he's
years
like,
younger.
yeah.
And
Also, they have to establish race in 3 years
yeah, well, I
because
mean,
Batman he had like
that's true because he has a
he had
relationship with
a
Raish. Yep,
and
true.
his daughter.
And his
He
daughter.
gets to meet Talia at that point.
And
Catwoman
Scarecrow
would
has
have
to
to
happen
happen.
too.
Right, right.
Yeah,
There's too many moving pieces for it to.
it would
Yeah,
have to
that
be.
continuity just made no sense.
But how long is there between Arkham City and Arkham Knight?
I think that's a few years. Think it's a few years.
Few. All right.
But also, well maybe like actually I think it's only like a year. Is it?
Only a year. Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
Wait. So the Batmobile did he? The Batmobile got a significant upgrade between Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight. Because it's just in Asylum, it's just like the classic like 1960s looking car, but it's like the Bat
Yeah,
tank in Arkham
exactly.
Knight.
I'm looking at the timeline. Uh, year one was so yeah. So okay, so it's looking like Arkham Origins was like Arkham Origins was literally year two.
Okay, so we're
So it
right.
said that Batman got Dick Grayson in year four, but he was in Arkham Origins multi. Oh, so the multiplayer takes place 3 years after the actual game. That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's weird.
Why would they do it? Like, okay, Jason Todd becomes Robin in year seven, so only 3 years. Tim Drake becomes Robin in year eight.
Wait, so it's just like
Year nine is Batgirl.
wait, hold on. So that would mean October happens 5 months later. Tim Drake is a thing. Well, okay, so in June he becomes Robin. Even then, that's not even a year
Batman,
passes. He's just like, well, guess I'm moving
Batman's the
on.
worst. Man, Batman's the worst. Hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to look at the years. So it's year 12. No, Arkham City is in year 12. In December. So
So it's year 6. Arkham Asylum is in year 6.
6 years. Okay, 6 years
I
makes
can
sense.
see that. Okay, and then wait, but
No,
that's
wait.
4 years for Joker.
It's
I
only
guess 4 years would be okay for Joker to establish himself. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, no,
he doesn't do the death in the
no.
family thing to Batgirl until like year 9.
Year 9. Okay. Um. Okay. Wait. So when
And
does
then it's
so
looking
then
like
City?
Arkham. Well, look, it's looking like Arkham Knight only took place a year after Arkham City.
But like all those techno, the Bat tank. He's just. I guess he was in City. He was like, man, it would have
Well,
been
not
nice to
even
have a
just with
tank.
Batman, with the way, well, with everything. Not even just Batman. All the villains, all their stuff got more advanced. The city looks a lot more advanced.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't get too much looks at the cities, but
It
just based on
certainly
how
looks
Arkham
different.
City was
Yeah.
built, this continuity is really weird. I mean, I get it's a video game, but still.
Yeah, but I guess I didn't really plan it out at the beginning, but still.
Yeah. Well, if they didn't do Arkham Origins, this wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with the addition of Origins, it just kind of changes everything.
That's why you don't really want to. You pretty much never want to do a prequel.
Right. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. What's the other one? Hit the bell notification. Um, Send me like $30. The PayPal link will be somewhere. Just type in the comments. We want to pay Kawan, and I will send you my personal PayPal. It's not connected to the channel. It's not going to help the channel at all. It's going to go directly into my pocket. Guys, make sure you watch our longer content, please.